sometime. He'll be here sometime this afternoon.
There we go. Look at that. Now we're cooking. Speak of the devil.
Good morning. It's 9 a.m. Monday, January 16, 2023. This is the Muscatine County Board of Supervisors. I'd like to call the meeting to order. First is review the agenda.
Move to approve as presented.
Second.
Motion by Jeff, second by Kurt. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Next is discussion of possible action to accept the county treasurer's report of fees collected for the quarter ending December 31, 2022 in the amount of $391,058.44.
I'll move the approval.
Second.
Motion by Jeff, second by Nathan. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Next is action to approve for publication of the Muscatine County Treasurer's semi-annual report for July 1, 2022 through December 31, 2022.
I'll move the approval.
Second.
Motion by Jeff, second by Kurt. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Next is discussion and possible action to approve the minutes of the January 9, 2023 regular meeting.
I'll move the approval.
Second.
I got a motion by Jeff, second by Danny. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Correspondence? Jeff, you have anything?
I think we all got the note from Sue Johansson on the Clean Energy District. So I got that, and I know Kurt, I think I saw you on the call, and Eric was as well. They had a Zoom with Johnson County Clean Energy District. I don't know what these things are about, so I listened in, and I would also mention that on the 26th of January, they're planning to have a meeting at the Musser Public Library, which I plan to attend. That was about it for correspondence for me.
Nathan?
I did not have anything else.
I had that, as well as I got an email from a resident in regard to Eric Sanders' help with VA benefits for for a family member. And this person just wanted to state that Eric goes above and beyond and thought it would be nice if Eric could be recognized for his attributes he brings to his position. So thank you, Eric. We certainly appreciate your work. That's all I had for correspondence. Danny?
The only thing I had, I think I shared with the group, is that gentleman that wants to have a conversation with us on that bridge on 245th. And I think we put him on the agenda for next week, and he's gonna come in and talk to us and share some information he learned from some options for that bridge, I guess, if it's a possibility. That's all I had.
Okay. Kurt?
Yeah, I had the same Zoom meeting that Jeff was on with the solar. I had a couple calls on the bridge that Danny did, and I also had a couple calls on our solar, how we handle it, and questions that I didn't have. I sent an email to Eric and get some answers back for him, I hope.
All right. Very good. Any committee reports, Jeff?
On Tuesday, I attended the Housing Council meeting. That was it last week.
Nathan?
I don't believe we had any. Our district, or our 7th Judicial Correctional District meeting was postponed, so did not have that.
Did not have? Okay. I did not have any committees. Danny?
Same with Jeff. I went to that housing council meeting. Been getting a lot of email and correspondence on some of these other boards that I'm gonna be on, so sounds like things are gonna be taken off here pretty quickly.
Okay. Okay. Kurt, anything on your end? Nope. All right. Very good. Next is items with the administration office. First is discussion and possible action to accept a proposal for replacement of existing fire alarm systems at the maintenance building and the sheriff's office. I think we have some information in our packets on that, I believe. do I have anyone that wants to speak to this at all? or-
Just briefly, and then if you have more specific questions, Eric can answer them, but this is something that the board, directed us to take a look at some other vendors, because we've had so many problems with the current vendors. And so you asked us to look at other options that would be non-preparatory, excuse me, equipment, so that we could have anybody work on it.
Yeah, so there were two vendors that responded, it looks like. It looked to me like the numbers were about the same. Permar had a little bit higher monitoring fees, but maybe slightly lower on the installation costs. Now, does this cover this, so how many, the other vendor that we've struggled with, how many other facilities we have? Still the sheriff's office, we still have two other facilities that would be under their contracts?
The sheriff's office and
So if we do these, we won't have any.
We won't have, but I thought the sheriff's office on Park had the same contractor, is that switched?
That's one of
Oh,
the.
that's this one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, this is not the jail.
no.
Okay, sorry,
You
I got
approved the
confused.
jail a while
Okay, we
back.
are, and we went with the first, I can't remember the name of the.
Certisite.
Certisite, yeah, okay, with the jail. Well, I'm in support of it, it was, I don't know, they were both in the $20,000 range, right?
I will mention, we're still under contract with Johnson Control with the sheriff's office for another year or two.
One more year?
There's actually two contracts, there's one for the monitoring, and there's also one for the panel itself. And those are, 2025, 2026. So,
Do you have any idea of what the escape clauses are?
no, off the top of my head,
Okay.
Cat Mullen just emailed me those, before I came in, so I'll send those out, I don't care.
So we might wanna table this until we've taken a look at those and see,
With the escape clause
yeah,
and
see
that?
if that, what that's
Well,
gonna cost us.
is there, what about the maintenance building, that's one of them, is there any reason to hold that up?
No, really, I mean, I don't have any contract with them, for the
So-
contract, I tried to reach out them about the service on July 2022. That was the last conversation I had with them. I considered that not taking care of the jail, which was the largest account, it was gonna be exactly that, they were gonna take the small account.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know if you'd wanna take them independently, or do we wanna wait until we get clarification? What's anybody's thoughts?
So has anything happened at the maintenance building right now? If we don't have any contract, do we need something in place right away?
It's,
The last inspection, they gave me a slap in the wrist and told me that I should be taking care of those. It wasn't the threshold that I passed with the fire marshal. But right now, just got a supervisory one. That's all I did.
Is it currently, would they say, would the city say it's in compliance?
No, well, yes and no. We need to extend this contract. We're supposed to come and readapt something that they're missing. But I still have the supervisory alarm, which every time it goes off or something like that, it will alert everybody, so. I just need to revamp.
Why don't we make a motion to table it till we get all the information for both of them, and then we'll make a decision?
you wanna take them together? Just table this today and then bring it back when we get it?
Should be able to come back next week with information about it, escape clause.
I really think that's what I should do.
Okay.
Alright.
Let's just
Well,
table
we
this,
have
we
no
don't
problem
need a
with
motion.
access to that place. I still need to have access to, we will go on with that contract, we can go into whatever it is. I still have problems getting to that place. So we need to tear down that wall, put it in the.
Okay. Let's just table this.
We'll table it till next week, if we can get, maybe, sounds like you just got the contracts, Quinn, so we should be able to look into, okay?
Okay. Let's see, next is action authorizing the chair to sign an American Rescue Plan Act grant agreement with the Community Foundation for the new Physicians Clinic.
I'll move the approval.
Second.
Motion by Jeff, second by Nathan. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Let's see, next is review 2 applications received for 1 vacancy on the Muscatine County Historic Preservation Commission for a term ending January 1, 2026.
So this is just on for you to review them today, and then next week, there will be an action item for you to appoint one of the 2 people. This will take care of, I believe, all the vacancies we have countywide, other than the Board of Supervisors still has a vacancy as a com board member. They're allowed 2, and they have 1 appointed, and then we have vacancies on our compensation commission, which we always have. You're supposed to have 7 people in 4 different categories, and I don't think we've had that completely full in the last 20 years.
When do we think the comp board, it would ideal to have some, they usually meet,
I'm hoping for the end of this month or the beginning of next month.
okay, so we probably should try to get somebody to line up. Is Stacy first?
Stacy Eberhard is the one appointee you have. So for gender balance, it would be good if you guys appointed the other one as Mel, but it's certainly not mandatory.
Okay.
Okay.
So if anybody knows a member that would be willing to serve on the comp board, so this is the board where each elected official, I think, has 1 representative.
It's up.
And then the
it-
board of
it's elected,
supervisors
yeah.
has 2. It's a group that comes and sets the wages for the
Makes a
elected officials. Make a
recommendation.
recommendation to the wages for the elected officials. So we've only had, well, yeah, we had a full, but Paul passed away, so we've had an opening for the last 2 years.
Oh, we've had it longer than that.
Have we?
Paul wasn't.
He wasn't our,
No.
oh, okay.
So it's been vacant for 3 or 4 years now.
So we need to find a volunteer.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Anything other, Nancy?
No.
No? Okay. Next is receive information from county employees. Do I have any county employees that would like to address the board? Brian?
Morning. Good morning. I wanted to report back on the all systems permit that we discussed last week, for that overweight, oversized. There were a lot of questions, and there still is a few questions, but, I did reach out to the city, both early last week and late last week. I shared the information I got early, in the week, but later in the week I just touched base again, and, they're still in the evaluation process of looking into the permit and evaluating what roads they may want to designate as able to be used to transport for that permit. But I do want to reiterate, cities, the way the current law is set up, cities do not get a slice of the revenue that this all system permit is going to generate. So I can tell you that if it was the other way around and counties didn't get a slice of it, I would be pushing to not participate. It just, why would you take on more damage to your roads without additional revenue? So that'll be up to them to decide, but I don't foresee a quick decision from them. So I just wanted to report that back.
In regards to our roads, you shared that map that the ones that are already approved,
Yes.
and you're not comfortable expanding that on any level?
Not at this point in time. So a lot of the roads that we could expand, that I would say meet it, they're in good condition year-round. They have bridges that have to be reevaluated, and there's going to be a cost associated with that. I'd really like to see what kind of revenue this permit is going to generate before we go to the next step of evaluating bridges, and because we'll have to pay to have that done.
Is it accurate to say that during the exemption period, the 3-month exemption period, that all city and county roads are allowed to carry this weight during those 3 months?
No, there is embargo maps. If a road is embargoed, they cannot transport down. If a bridge is embargoed, they cannot go across that bridge. And there's some different opinions out there as far as, is this permit going to replace the harvest proclamation? Personally, I think it's not going to. I think they'll both be around. I've also heard from some DOT officials that say, no, in the end, we hope to transition to the all system permit.
I was just under the understanding is when we're in that exemption period, that extra weight was allowed to go on any of the roads for 3 months. So I was struggling why 3 months is okay, but not other months.
Political pressure, probably. You know, and it's not something that we really like, to be completely honest. We don't want heavier weight on our roads. A lot of our gravel roads aren't even made, you know, they weren't even originally built to hold up to the semis that go down currently. So, there just wasn't that semi-traffic back in the day.
Brian, do you have any way of calculating how much damage, quantifiable in dollars, this would do to our roads? Basically, how much of a budget increase would we need in order to be able to maintain the current condition of our roads if and when these trucks go down the road that we're proposing to designate?
You know, I don't think we can quite estimate that yet. I mean, we can estimate anything, but
Yeah.
I don't think we'll know until we see the number of permits. You know, like the city street in question is Dick Drake Way. Well, if that was allowed, I would assume that you're going to see a lot more 7-axle trucks rolling down 61, and potentially some of our county roads going down to GPC.
And when is the travel that's permitted by the permits gonna start during?
January 1st. It is already started.
You guys, I guess, I'm sure you are, but I would love to see some kind of assessment as concrete as it can be made, you know, 3, 6, whatever months down the road that kind of estimates, given the increase in traffic,
Yes.
what we would need to recoup from the revenue in order to remain, you know, budget neutral.
And we could probably estimate some dollar figures. There is quite a few studies done as far as, you know, what different loads cause for different damages to different types of pavements. Minnesota has done a lot of testing, paving, 6 miles, and then every mile they try to destroy it a different way, and they quantify that data. So, and back to the maps. I do want to remind everyone the maps are incorrect. I have reached out to the DOT. They're working on it. Is what I'm told.
Okay. Appreciate it. I know you're stabbing at targets and made out of smoke, but appreciate it.
It's a little challenging right now because when you have questions, it's a DOT permit. You go to the DOT, and they don't quite know yet either. It's that new, and it was kind of forced out very quickly before all the fine
Huh.
print was figured out.
That's not characteristic at all of what we're used to dealing with, is it?
That's all I have. Thank you.
Thanks, Brian. Do I have any other county employees that wish to address the board at this time? Seeing none. Received comments from the public. Do I have anyone from the public that would wish to address the board at this time on any issue? Once again, seeing none. I would like to take a 10-minute recess. It is 9:18. We'll reconvene at 9:28. Thank you.
Aye.